Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center, headquarters for Wisdom in Golf. And we are performing a task here that's going to addendum the throwing of the club, addendum the alignment, and the direction of our where we perceive the target is. Because, you know, as human beings on this planet, we're designed with binocular vision in mind. So when I'm facing you and I'm looking at you, I'm not going to look at you this way. I'm looking at you face on. And the problem with golf is that we're sideways to our target, and when we do that, we're using a vision that we're truly not used to using as humans on this planet. This is how your brain wants to see things. So if I'm throwing the club, many of you will tend to throw the club very much to the left at first. That has, you know, a lot to do with, number one, you're throwing the club because you're used to throwing the club at the ball and not at the target. If the club passes your hands at the bottom and then you let go of the club, obviously the club's going to go very high and to the left and sometimes backwards. So make sure that you're focused on throwing the club in the direction you want the club to go and not worried about anything as far as swing technique or positions or stuff like that. Number two, many of you tend to throw the club well left of the target at first, and then the brain goes, well, I tried to throw that way, but I ended up going that way. So then you throw it again, and then as you perform the task, invariably for everyone, it starts left and less left and even less, and then it starts to hit the target properly. So the thing I want you to do is set up your target line and your stance line, and you notice they're parallel to each other. If I was playing a draw, I would play the ball a bit back in my stance, close the face, and then get behind the ball. So right now I feel like I'm throwing the club to the right of that alignment rod. So yes, I'm going to the right. Yes, I'm going to the right. Throw it to the right. So I can see in my peripheral vision here that I'm throwing the club to the right of that alignment pole. For many of you, this will be the straight throw. You feel like you're throwing it out to the right. I've had a lot of practice doing this. It's a lot of fun practice. So what happens is, as you try to stay to the right, you're actually throwing the club away from yourself. And it feels like it's going to the right compared to when you're throwing it at the ball or trying to hit the ball. That's when the club is moving towards your body. So the brain is used to the club moving toward the body, the arms moving toward the body, the chicken wing and the inefficient release, versus, yeah, I'm going to throw this to the right of that alignment rod. To the right, out to the right. So you notice that was pretty much online. It will feel so expansive out here as you let go of the club and you hold that position. You'll go, wow, I really feel my arms are away from my body. And then you look and you go, well, gosh, that went exactly in the direction of my alignment rod. So you'll start to create a new reality, a new model of the world of golf release for your brain, okay? So after you've performed a few of these, so you try to do it with every length of club in the bag. I have my 3-iron right now. Right side, throw to the right. That felt great. That's going beautifully in the direction I want that to go. And as you start to perfect that task, then you go ahead and hit a shot. So let me try something a little bit. There we go. That's proper length, so ball back, get behind the ball. Now I'm going to, if I throw the club and don't let go, here we go, I feel like I'm going to miss the ball. So I'm going to the right, throw to the right. Now, if you look at the blur of that club that passed above the ball, you'll notice that, yes, it was approaching from the inside, but as it passed the ball, it was actually going straight towards that alignment rod. But because I'm playing the ball a bit back in my stance, and I'm getting behind the ball, now it feels like the ball has to start a little to the right. So let's go ahead. If I lower myself, I feel like I perform. If I perform the throw, I'm going to top it. If I lower myself some more, all right, now it feels like the sole of the club's going to shave grass, therefore the ball's going to meet the club face. All right, so let's do it. Right edge, throw right edge. Yes, it felt like I threw it to the right edge, and you can see that the ball hugged the right side of that alignment rod on the way out. So that would basically guarantee my draw. I had my club face more closed. It felt like the right release. It felt like the right compression. And it started in the direction I wanted to go. So that's starting to make sense. If you make a practice swing above the ball and you see the blur going to the left, well, you know that this hasn't gelled yet. So really continue to feel where you need to throw that club to see the blur above the ball moving at least in the direction of that alignment rod once it's past the ball. Then when you lower yourself, play the ball back, you should be able to start it a little to the right and then get your brain wrapped around that and get a good sense of that. Then you can start hitting a few fades. So if I perform the fade, well, I'm going to line up a little left of that. Yes, it feels like I'm staying left of that alignment rod. The ball's a little forward of center. Left. I'm going to throw to the left. Throw left. Yes, I saw that blur stay well left of that intermediate point or that rod. We're good. Yes, I threw it in the direction that was left of that. Felt like the speed was out there. I caught that a little bit thin. I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit better prediction as far as contact is concerned. In other words, I'm going to feel that the sole of the club is going to drag through the dirt in front of the ball if I throw it in that direction. So this feels like I'm going to skin it, top it, thin it, flush it. There, now I'm low enough where the sole of the club can really drag through that dirt. So now I just have to stay left of that alignment rod. I'm throwing left, throw left, nut it. Very solid contact, very solid drag through the dirt that would have made a nice proper divot. So now you should have a much better idea on how to find the target from in here as you get to the top of the backswing. The last video we talked about in the transition of, from the backswing to the downswing. Well, as you stay with that target, you'll know how to perceive the target much better from this position that we have on the side, which really makes, this will make the game a lot easier for you. Enjoy.